Welcome to Battlefront Stories. Here we bring forgotten battles, real soldier diaries, and untold stories of war back to life. Witness history, one front line at a time. Erich von Manstein is widely regarded as one of the most brilliant military strategists of the Second World War. Admired even by his enemies, Manstein's operational thinking, flexibility, and ability to conduct large-scale maneuvers made him a central figure in many of Germany's most important campaigns. However, his legacy remains controversial, balancing undeniable military genius against moral responsibility and loyalty to the Nazi regime. Erich von Manstein was born on November 24, 1887 in Berlin, into a Prussian military family. His original name was Fritz Erich von Lewinsky, but he was adopted by his uncle, General Georg von Manstein, whose name he later took. Growing up in a household shaped by discipline, tradition, and military values, Manstein was surrounded by officers and war veterans from an early age. A military career seemed inevitable. He entered the Prussian army in 1906 and received formal training at the Prussian War Academy. During World War I, Manstein served as a staff officer on both the Western and Eastern fronts. He gained a reputation for calm judgment and sharp analytical thinking rather than personal heroics on the battlefield. By the end of the war, he had already distinguished himself as a capable planner, though Germany's defeat limited his immediate advancement. After World War I, Manstein remained in the greatly reduced Reichswehr. Unlike many officers who clung to outdated doctrines, he focused on studying modern warfare, mobility, and combined arms operations. During the interwar years, he developed ideas that would later become central to Germany's early successes in World War II. Manstein's most famous contribution came before the war even began. In 1939, following Germany's invasion of Poland, the German High Command began planning an attack on France. The original plan closely resembled the failed Schlieffen Plan of World War I. Manstein strongly disagreed. He proposed a bold alternative. Instead of a wide sweep through Belgium, German armored forces would push through the Ardennes forest, an area the Allies believed to be impassable for tanks. From there, they would cross the Meuse River and drive rapidly to the English Channel, encircling Allied armies. Initially, his plan was ignored and even criticized. Manstein was transferred away from the planning staff, but fate intervened. His ideas eventually reached Adolf Hitler, who approved the plan almost entirely. The result was the stunning German victory in France in 1940. Allied forces were surrounded, France collapsed in just 6 weeks, and the plan became known as the Manstein Plan. This success cemented his reputation as one of Germany's most innovative commanders. Following the victory in France, Manstein was given field command. In 1941, during Operation Barbarossa, he led the German 11th Army in the invasion of the Soviet Union. His task was to conquer Crimea, a strategically vital region. The campaign was long and brutal, but Manstein demonstrated his ability to conduct complex operations under difficult conditions. The Siege of Sevastopol became one of the longest and bloodiest sieges of the war. After months of fighting and massive artillery bombardments, Manstein captured the city in July 1942. For this victory, he was promoted to Field Marshal, one of the youngest officers to receive the rank. However, the Eastern Front would soon test even his abilities. Later in 1942, Manstein was assigned to Army Group Don during the Battle of Stalingrad. By this point, the German Sixth Army was encircled by Soviet forces. Manstein proposed a breakout attempt that would allow the trapped army to escape. Hitler, however, refused to authorize a retreat, insisting that Stalingrad be held at all costs. Manstein attempted a relief operation known as Operation Winter Storm, but without cooperation from the encircled forces, it failed. The destruction of the Sixth Army marked a turning point in the war. While Manstein was not directly responsible for the disaster, His inability to override Hitler's orders demonstrated the limits of even the most capable commanders under the Nazi system. In 1943, Manstein achieved one of his greatest defensive successes during the Third Battle of Kharkov. After the German defeat at Stalingrad, Soviet forces advanced deep into Ukraine. Manstein conducted a skillful counteroffensive, using mobile units to strike Soviet flanks and recapture Kharkov. This operation is still studied today as a textbook example of operational-level maneuver warfare. Despite this success, Germany's strategic situation continued to deteriorate. During the Battle of Kursk in mid-1943, Manstein supported the offensive but favored flexible operations rather than rigid, large-scale assaults. Once again, Hitler's insistence on unrealistic objectives undermined the campaign. After Kursk failed, the initiative on the Eastern Front permanently shifted to the Soviet Union. Manstein increasingly clashed with Hitler over strategy. He repeatedly argued for elastic defense and strategic withdrawals to preserve Germany's fighting strength. Hitler saw retreat as weakness and often accused his generals of lacking willpower. In March 1944, after continued disagreements, Manstein was dismissed from command. His removal marked the end of his active military career. After the war, Manstein was captured by British forces. In 1949, he was tried by a British military court for war crimes, primarily related to his actions in the Soviet Union and his failure to prevent atrocities committed by forces under his command. He was convicted on several counts and sentenced to 18 years in prison, later reduced to 12. He was released in 1953 due to health reasons and political pressure during the early Cold War. In the post-war years, Manstein became a key figure in shaping the narrative of the German army as a clean institution separate from Nazi crimes. His memoir, Lost Victories, focused heavily on military operations and criticized Hitler's leadership, while largely avoiding moral responsibility. The book became influential among Western military circles, but was also criticized for downplaying German war crimes. Erich von Manstein died on June 9, 1973, at the age of 85. Today, he is remembered as one of the most capable operational commanders of the Second World War. Military historians continue to study his campaigns for their brilliance and innovation. At the same time, his career serves as a reminder that tactical genius does not absolve moral responsibility. Manstein's story is not just one of battlefield success and failure, but also of the complex relationship between professionalism, obedience, and ethics in wartime. His legacy remains divided, respected as a strategist, questioned as a man who chose loyalty over conscience. This is just one side of the war. For more, check out Battlefront stories and make sure to like the video and subscribe for upcoming episodes.